Hi there, my name is Shannon, and I'm Willamette Week's music and visual arts editor. I'm here today with Portland raised, Chicago based rapper Vinnie Dewayne. Vinnie, how's it going today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, I'm hanging in there. Um,
Yeah, that's good. It's raining over here where I'm at. We're in like Vancouver.
you're shooting a music video. Can you tell us what song it's for?
Yeah, it's for a song that's on the album. Right now, I have it called uh, "Take the Charge" featuring Mike Capes, but we're still trying to decide on the name of the song. So it's like I'm trying to like decide if it's gonna be called "Take the Charge" or "Curbside Collision," or I'm still thinking of it. Yeah, it's a Mike Capes feature. That's what I've been calling it so far. Capes feature.
And what's involved with like shooting a music video during COVID? Like, what extra steps and stuff do you have to take?
There's not too many extra steps. It's like since I'm not really going into any establishments or anything like that, um, it's pretty much the same. We're just shooting outside footage, you know. Uh, yeah, the last video I shot, Bundle Deal, we had to like really, because it had like a lot of kids in there and stuff like that. So we had to make sure there's like a lot of hand sanitizer and stuff going around, and kids had like masks. There wasn't a lot of masks in the video, but we did have like a lot of, we took precaution on a lot of stuff though, you know.
So yeah, obviously I want to talk about the album because last time we talked was like 2 years ago, and you were talking about releasing an album. Then you put out a few singles, um, but yeah, now
I
you're
never,
releasing an album next month. So what's been going on the last 2 years?
I think the last time we, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was two
almost
years.
exactly.
Um, a lot of stuff got in the way with me personally. I wasn't happy with how like it was, some of the music was coming out, but the majority part of it was just like me like dealing with a lot of stuff like personally, and a lot of that's going to be reflected, and I talk about a lot of it in this project, so I pretty much explain what was going on, but I was just battling a lot of stuff and was going through a lot. I didn't have enough time to like put all my focus into music, but it was all there, but I just wasn't in the right space to release something, you know. I'm still like independent, and trying to doing it while independent and trying to find like a support system behind you is like kind of tough, you know. So I just put it off until I had like a solid team around me, and now we're just ready to go, you know. It's pretty much like that.
Seemed like 2 years ago you had a really clear idea of what the album was going to sound like. Again, you released songs from it, but yeah, how much has that vision changed in the
It's pretty
last
it's pretty it's pretty much the same. That what I had in mind 2 years ago is pretty much that exact same thing. It's like still gonna be like a raw album where I'm talking about like what's going on with me personally, and yeah, it's pretty much the same.
What are some of the specific things that you've been dealing with that's going to be reflected on this album?
Just talking about like, it's hard to explain because it's like when I write music, it's a lot of it comes from like such a personal place. So when I talk about it, it's like kind of like, I don't know if awkward is the word, but it's like just battling, like dealing with like addiction and dealing with like different women, relationship issues, trying to grow spiritually, um, like taking a lot of losses, like financially, then making all that back, you know, things like that.
The other sort of thing that you went semi viral for recently is
It went viral.
yeah, well, something you went viral for recently, that is, yeah, was there was you experienced a racist incident at Walgreens. So can you just talk a little bit about uh, what happened there?
That experience that I went through in that business is something that I like. I feel like a lot of us deal with. A lot of people of color, a lot of black people. I feel like it's something that a lot of us deal with when we go into these businesses, and they like make these assumptions that we're in there to steal and stuff like that. But with me in that situation, I feel like they picked the wrong dude. you know, I picked, and it was the wrong time of the day. I was already like not in the best of moods that night. But pretty much when I walked in there, and I was in there for like less than 6 minutes, and I walked in there, then I forgot my phone in my car. So I was in when I went to the cat food section because I was getting some cat food for Lulu. And then when I was over there, I realized, oh shit, I need to go get my wallet. So I walked out, and then I walked back in. And when I walked in, I noticed the security guard. When I first walked in, I knew the security guard was watching me. I could just feel it, but I didn't say anything. But then I walked out and I walked back in, and I noticed he was on the phone with somebody. And 3 minutes after that, the police came. And then as I'm walking back towards like the beverages, I I'm approached from the back by this cop, and the cop comes up to me and he instantly says, "Hey man, you gotta go." And then I'm like, I was on the phone talking to my homegirl, talking to Mayumi. I was talking to Mayumi, was on the phone, and then she was like, "Vinny, what was going on? Why did he just tell you to leave?" And then I was like, "Let me call you right back." And then that's when I started recording. I was like, "So why are you telling me to leave?" And then that's where he was like, "Oh, well, man, the security guard said, I don't know why he's asking you to leave, but he said you have to leave." He was like, "You can go talk to him if you want to." I was like, "All right, bet, let's go talk to him." And then I'm like, since I got my camera rolling and stuff, I wanted to make sure I got everything because I know I missed the very beginning of it. So I was like, "So what? So what were you telling? How did you approach me?" And he was like, I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I was like, "No, you didn't." And he was like, "No, man." I said, "Hey, what's up?" So like, if I'm okay, so I'm talking to you, Shannon. If let me ask you, if a cop is told to tell somebody to leave their store, and he approaches somebody, especially in the climate we're in right now, do you think his energy is gonna be some, "Hey, what's up, man"? No, that was not his energy. He came up to me and said, "Hey, man, you gotta go." And that's what I pretty much told him. That's how it all started. And then when I walked over to the security guard, and the security guard was just lost from there. He was lost. He knew he fucked up. He knew he picked the wrong guy. And then the reason why I was so calm is because I genuinely wanted to know why he took it as far as to call the police on me, why he took it that far. And I was just curious. I wanted to know how. It was an opportunity for all three of them, both the cops and him, to learn how to do their jobs better.
I was gonna ask you how you were able to like stay so calm during that whole thing because I watched the video and you're kind of like you end up sort of like mediating this discussion between everyone. So yeah, you said that you were hoping it could be um, a learning moment for
hmm
the cop and the security guard. Do you do you feel that that worked out?
It depends. I don't know. There's still a lot of stuff like that that goes on, so you never know. But
Right.
I hope it did. I hope he saw the video go viral, and I know they contacted me, and I know at first they were like super. They tried to be like apologetic about it, but they didn't necessarily. Yeah, I can't get into it like that, but yeah, I hope the message got across.
So to finish up by going back to your album, so as as we talked about, it's been a long time since you've released a whole album. A lot of um, serious and emotional stuff has happened to you over the last 4 years. Um, what's it going to feel like to finally be putting this project out in the world? Is that going to be sort of an emotional moment for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, because it's been so long, I know there's a lot of people. I know I have like a small fan base that actually like listens to me tell my stories and listen to like how vulnerable I could be on my songs and stuff like that. So and there's like songs on there where I'm like really, really open and really vulnerable. So it's like I'm anxious to hear, like I deal with like a lot of anxiety, and I'm like anxious to hear like how people are gonna take it in, because this is like I took off the scholar jacket. I still represent being the St. John Scholar, but I took that off and I just gave people like my rawest, truest, self. And yeah, it is gonna be an emotional moment for me, at least, like that whole week, probably.